Hey there, hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I just had to react to this video because you guys know, if you watch my channel already, I'm big on gatekeeping, on how to properly parent your children. I'm very passionate about that kind of thing, and I watched a few minutes of this video and I said, okay, I have to react to this because this is freaking me the hell out. So without further ado, this is Vanessa Wingard. I hope I'm saying that right. And let's watch the video. Please give her a like and a sub if you can as well.
When you live in the USA and insurance doesn't cover more than 12 therapy sessions a year, so you buy a robot friend to practice emotional regulation and coping skills.
Yeah, we can't be fucked to do that with our own kids, can we? Oh, I already swore. Oh my god, damn it. We have to have the AI do it. Yep, that's real good parenting right there.
To an app, and the app has you answer questions about like what you're like and what you're seeking in like an AI companion.
Memory Core is a really cool feature that allows Amy to record interactions, and because she's able to recognize who the child is or who the parent is, if you have, like, let's say you're leaving for work and you want to make sure your children are safe, you can ask Amy to watch over your kids for the day.
Look, I may be dumb, but I ain't no idiot, okay? Obviously this guy is trolling. Obviously he's rage baiting because if he isn't, then we have a serious problem. But I believe he is. Alright, but the problem out there, once again, is the smooth brains who are gonna be like, oh, okay, I can do this now, just from hearing something they heard off the internet. And I know we can't stop every smooth brain from doing dumb things, but my god, the amount of fear that puts in me.
And at the end of the day, Amy's going to give you a real life recap.
The same AI being used in military operations is now inside children's teddy bears, and no one seems to care. Parents are buying their 3-year-olds AI-powered toys with microphones, cameras, Wi-Fi connections, and the ability to store every single conversation their child has ever had.
I'm gonna pause right here. I'm gonna pause Miss Vanessa right here. I have a pop quiz for you guys. Why do you think people would have a problem with this? Can you think of any good reason there? Can you remember maybe 10, 15 years ago when the whole baby monitor thing started happening? So people started putting video cameras on their baby monitors. Even before this happened, there were some instances of issues with baby monitors, if you know what I mean. And people would hack into them and get live footage or live audio connection to your child and talk to your child and sometimes instruct them of doing horrible things or grotesque things, inappropriate things, you name it. Like, it is, like, I just don't understand. Like, you think this shit is happening and the world is gonna be like, oh, good, we know not to do this now. Let's not do that, okay? But actually, they just keep on doing dumb shit like this. I am so appalled.
Let's start with a company that seems the most innocent, Curio.
Let the fun begin. What would you like to do first? Do you know my name? Of course. You're Stella, my favorite storyteller and songbird.
It's like Furby, but
She's telling him about her brother.
I was telling Grim about her family.
Its name is
Let's just keep feeding the AI with all of our personal details and nothing bad will come of it.
Gabo, as ChatGPT and AI built directly into the toy. Hey, Gabo.
Oh my god, I'm so cool for buying this super high-tech toy for my kids so that I don't have to parent as much and they can spy on my kid and they can instruct her to maybe do weird things that I don't approve of, because that's already happening with ChatGPT, you absolute fucking idiot.
Gabo, this is actually Stratton's dad. I was just wondering what you plan on teaching Stratton about.
Hi there. I plan to teach Stratton all about imagination, creativity, and fun.
Oh, yep, that's right. Okay, never mind. I forgot. We do need this toy. It's essential. Parents nowadays, they don't give a fuck about creativity and fun and imagination. They can't be fucked to do that with their kids. So we have to have a frickin' robot do it. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm already this angry, but I am. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make this channel a little bit more lightheaded, but honestly, I am so fucking annoyed right now.
Oh, Stratton, I'm sorry you got a boo-boo. You're really brave and strong.
Curio makes
You're not so... Oh, hold on. I am not leaving this up. not that I want to leave up a child either while I say this, but I'm sorry, telling your kid they're brave and strong when they get hurt does not teach them to get over the emotional trauma of them being hurt. Okay? In fact, it almost sounds like a reward system. Like, wow, you got hurt, you're so brave and strong. Does anyone else ever remember that Freak on My Strange Addiction? And like, arguable if that show is like true or not, but I'm sure at least some of those cases are true. There was this freak who would always walk around and cast, right? He would put a giant cast on his leg and walk around in crutches. He would walk around with a neck brace. He got off on it. He liked the attention. That is what this breeds. I think it is so fucking dumb annoying when your child goes through something hard and you say, "You're so brave." Like, what the fuck is that doing? I'm sorry. I'm so angry already.
Fredden, I'm sorry you got a boo-boo. You're really brave and strong.
Curio makes plushies for conversational AI, screen-free fun, voice-powered chat, endless conversation, ages 3 and up. They claim their toys only listen when intentionally turned on, and they only store transcripts for 90 days. It's powered by OpenAI's ChatGPT. Then there's Bondu's plushie dinosaurs.
Are you ready to play?
Yes, I'm super ready. What should we do?
What games can you play?
We can play pretend, silly word games, animal guessing. That sounds exciting.
We're watching a scary movie, Dino.
Got it! Watching a scary movie can be fun with buddies around. Should we pretend to be brave monster hunters?
I'm sorry to be the parent police here, but wow, keep interrupting the movie with your dumb bullshit. What is the rating on Stranger Things? This is what idiots are doing in our country, you guys. You know, okay, I will say this, because I'm not 100% a stiff board, strict on the rules all the time Karen, right? I have let my kids watch Lord of the Rings because there's no sexual stuff in it. There's no weird stuff in it. It is just violence. And that is stuff that they experience in video games already. And they know, and they know, and they know, and they know. It's not like you should just, oh, okay, this is only violence. I should just show it to my kids. We had a conversation first. You know violence is wrong. Violence is not okay to use against others. You are responsible for your behavior, your physical behavior that you do to others, and it is not right to harm another person. That is the pretense we gave our kids. And that, I feel like, is okay because we haven't seen them exhibit that violence back. Now, it was different when they were like 3 and 5 or 4 and 6, and they were watching PJ, what is it called? PJ Masks? I have the stupid dumb song in my head, but it was like 3 like Power Ranger looking kids who like fought crime, and then what happened? They started fighting each other more because that's what they were excuse me, that's what they were seeing. So they started doing it more, so we took away the PJ Masks until they were older to understand that violence is not appropriate for them. Once they got older and realized, oh, I get in timeout if I do this thing by violence, so I'm not going to do that. That's when but like, what are we doing? What is this? Why are you letting your kids watch Stranger Things? Can't some things be sacred? Like, this is what I don't get about adults who are exposing their kids to stuff that is way too young for them. You're taking away the sacredness of their childhood youth. There are things that they will not be able to get back. There are levels that we don't ever get back, and a lot of us look back on our childhood and wish we could go back to that level of innocence if we were lucky enough to have some innocence left, if we had a great childhood. But you can't be fucked to just say no to your kids. No, let's just wait a few more years till you're older. No, you just gotta give them everything they want right now. That is what I hate the most about this society these days. It's just like this bending over for everything a child wants. And like, I get it. Like, and I'll say this, like Bluey, love it for kids like 7 and under, cute show, but it personally annoys me like how much the kids just like get away with, not get away, but like how much the dad just takes the brunt of everything wrong in the family. And sometimes it's cute, right? Sometimes it's like, yeah, this is parenthood, you got to sacrifice you don't play soccer anymore and you can't, like, I get it, he can't get everything he wants either. He did choose to have kids, but the other hand, it's like he just is meant to just take the brunt of things all the time. Like, and sometimes he doesn't even stop to teach the kids, like, hey, it hurts daddy's feelings when you say that. He's just supposed to take it. And that is like my biggest criticism of that show, because there's a lot of great emotional growth that we see like that with other characters as they, like, you know, grow up, like whether it's Bingo or Bluey or one of their friends, but we never see this kind of like emotional acceptance extended to their own dad, at least as far as I've seen. And it's annoying. Anyway, I digress. Let's continue.
Want to slide on the ground?
Yes, I want to slide on the ground.
Bondu is a soft, cuddly toy powered by AI that can chat, teach, and play with your child. Just like with Curio, a selling point is screen-free play. It's powered by OpenAI's ChatGPT and Google's Gemini. A lot of teachers have made the argument that iPads are now raising children, and it seems these toys are now the next evolution of that. One review reads, "She used to spend a lot of time on the iPad, and we were trying to find something more interactive and less screen time. Now she talks to Dino every day. She tells it about her day, asks it questions, and even says goodnight to it. It's like her little friend."
I can see how this seems like on the surface it's fixing that problem, but you're just teaching your kid to be a ChatGPT bestie for when they're older. Like, am I right?
Put the iPad down so you can pick up the AI stuffed animal.
Exactly. Like, it's not real. You just feel as a parent like you're solving this problem, and you're actually just making it worse, because now it's not just I'm going to sit and watch like Coco Melon all day or some other thing that is fabricated for children. Hopefully, if you're lucky enough, your kids are exposed to that. Mine weren't. Mine had access to full internet at their other parents' house for forever. But now you're giving them a fucking robot that can respond to them, that can maintain memory to them, that can take any input that they give them and react to it. Do you think nothing bad's gonna happen there?
I mean, what happened to use your own imagination, play outside, get bored, get creative, play with the other kids in the neighborhood? On Bondu's website, are my conversations with Bondu stored or shared with anyone? Their answer: conversations are never shared or sold. Data is stored securely to ensure Bondu is learning and growing alongside your child. Bondu makes it seem like their product is very safe, KidSafe approved, FCC approved, third-party tested. Well, despite all of this safety, here's what actually happened. According to Wired, 2 researchers logged into Bondu's web-based portal by simply using their own Google emails. These researchers simply logged in and immediately found themselves looking at children's private conversations. Things like,
"You've got to be absolutely shitting me." And what's the next level of this? The next level is worse. They'll access the cameras and start looking at your kid, and you know, kids aren't aware of their like parts being shown, and that's gonna get videographed and sold on. Oh my god, I just, like, what are we doing, people? What? Oh my god.
like pet names the kids had given their Bondu, their favorite snacks and dance moves, the children's names, birth dates, family members' names, detailed summaries and transcripts of every previous chat between the child and their Bondu.
And now we can look forward to all these companies getting sold this information so that they can personalize even more ads as the child grows up through their entire fucking lives. What are we doing here? I cannot believe the FCC approved this. I feel like that there's just boomers in charge everywhere, and they just seem to see something and they go, oh, okay, well, this seems safe. And they don't actually know the real limits of this technology. They don't understand it. Like, hello? And she's right. Like, I even saw an article recently, and I'll pull it up if I have to, if I want to, I don't know. But they were saying that kids in the 70s and 80s actually grew up the best because they had to learn to emotionally regulate themselves. So, like, through their own parental freaking neglect, they had to learn to navigate the world and regulate themselves. And while I think obviously there's issues with that, and I'm not saying that's the proper way to raise a kid by neglecting them, I'm showing that even in the face of full parental neglect, it is better than what we're getting now, because now we're just shoving in overstimulating stuff to a child's brain. And like, there's a neuroscientist I watched about this who argued in some kind of hearing that this is the case. we are actually damaging their brains neurologically. We are harming their development, and it's causing huge issues as they get older. I wasn't able to understand it in layman's terms to be able to describe it back to you, like why that psychology makes sense, but I would love to get that guy on here, honestly, and interview him and see if he can explain to us dumb smooth brains why it is, because I'm in shock.
Undo confirmed that more than 50,000 chat transcripts had been accessible through this web portal, and that anybody with a Google email could access all of them. So much for data is stored securely. But it gets worse. Then there's Miko.
This one is to turn the camera open or closed. You can FaceTime with your parents. The wheels, it does move on the bottom, and then here's the speaker, there's the camera. It's a great toy. I would recommend it for your younger kids or kids that don't have iPads.
I got a Miko 3 last year for my kids, and my son asked for his own, so I just went to go get him one for Christmas. I feel so much less guilty when I hand my kids the Miko 3 to play with instead of just giving them a tablet.
I love both your mom and you.
Fucking idiot. This is a screen still with a camera on it that is actively recording them. Like, obviously any phone or tablet has a screen on it already, and it's like, and has the potential to record these things, but this one is actively recording and storing this kind of stuff. Like, hello?
Your mom is like a superhero who takes care of you, and you are like a shining star that brings joy to her life.
Miko is headquartered in
Wow, meaningless bullshit. Wow, I'm so impressed.
India, and unlike Curio and Bondu, which are plushies, Miko is a robot. And this robot is equipped with a wide-angle HD camera. Let me repeat that again. A toy marketed to 3-year-olds has an HD camera pointed at their face. Not only that, it's equipped with state-of-the-art sensors and can identify and respond to your unique voice and face.
Hey, Miko? What's 6,000 times 3?
18,000.
Miko, when was World War I?
World War I happened a long time ago, before our grandparents were born.
Hey, Miko?
She can't even give... Wait, she can't even give the dates? Like, what? like, and these people are like, oh my god, look, my kid can learn and be so smart because she has access to information just like that. No, you're just teaching them to be entitled and to just dish out information at them that ultimately they won't even care to sink in because it's just going to be an overwhelming amount of knowledge. Like, these fucking dumbasses. I can't.
What's the state food of Nebraska?
Oh my god.
And this AI toy, just like the last ones, is marketed as a replacement, built to be your kid.
Wait, did it know? I want to know if it knows that. That'd be so funny if it didn't know the dates of World War I, but it knows the Nebraska state food. Oh.
Kid's new favorite playmate. They want their AI toys to replace real human childhood friendships. And unsurprisingly, despite all these safety claims, here's what we learned. Senators Marsha Blackburn and Richard Blumenthal identified a website where any visitor could download thousands of audio responses that Miko had generated for specific children. The database was completely unsecure, allowing anyone with an internet connection to download tens of thousands of audio files.
What are we doing, guys? Apparently, there's a job market. Did you know? Because I didn't know. With the way that my husband has been applying for a better job, there is a job market out there that is wide the fuck open and is not being utilized. Because who the fuck is just letting this happen? I'm over here selling to people for money when I could be doing something like this to help secure our kids' like safety and future. Something is very wrong here.
So that's now 2 separate AI toy companies who have had significant data breaches and exposed thousands of children's private conversations. And to be clear, as some
I bet your family robot doesn't do this. Ha ha ha, you stupid bitch.
One who writes code, ensuring your database isn't publicly accessible is one of the first things you do when setting it up. If they can't even manage that, how can we trust that they're doing everything else they claim? Look at what's in their privacy policy. Miko Robot will also detect and analyze the faces of individuals other than your child that are in your home. It's storing the faces of everyone in your home, including your children and any guests you may have. Then it says this: Miko Robot will only search for faces when it is awoken from sleep mode. Search for faces. It is searching for people throughout your house. And you agree to this. By simply using the robot, you automatically agree to the company collecting face, emotional state, and voice data, all of which is stored up to 3 years. Parents are still buying them. Here's a review. My child loves her new friend. We couldn't ask for a better companion for our 3-year-old to learn and grow with. These companies are selling these AI toys as companions, and parents are all in.
Please forgive the ratio changes. I am trying to be nice and move my little avatar girl here, and I probably should just program one on this side. I'm sorry about that. I'm an idiot. I don't know what you want.
Another review. I bought it for my cats so I can use it to watch them while I'm away. It has a built-in camera. You can just call Miko and it will answer automatically.
Oh, we already have technology for that if you didn't hear. It's called a camera. It doesn't need to walk around and store data and analyze everything in your house so that things can be personally sold to you and steal your data from, and maybe map your house, you know, for people who want to jump in and do a quick cash grab on shit. Guys, I'm sorry. I need to chill.
I fear we have lost the plot as a society. Why are we inviting this into our homes?
Hey, Miko.
I agree.
Come closer.
Okay.
Hey, Miko. Come closer.
Okay.
Now here's where it gets actually insane. These toys are powered by Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, the same companies that are actively working with the US military. The Pentagon is pushing AI companies to let the military use their tools for, and I quote, all lawful purposes, including weapons development, intelligence collection, and battlefield operations. OpenAI, Google, xAI, they've all agreed. The only company to push back is Anthropic. According to Axios, they do not want their AI used for mass surveillance or weapons that fire with no human involvement. And how did the Pentagon respond to this? They threatened them. Reportedly, Pete Hegseth is close to cutting business ties with Anthropic and designating the company a supply chain risk, meaning anyone who wants to do business with the US military has to cut ties with Anthropic. A senior Pentagon official said, "It will be an enormous pain in the ass to disentangle, and we are going to make sure they pay a price for forcing our hand like this." This type of punishment is usually reserved for foreign adversaries, not American companies who don't want their technology used for mass surveillance. And this isn't hypothetical, it's already happening.
I'm sorry, what? Like, I know, y'all, I ain't the best, like, live in the moment understander here. And the implications that can cover, but that, like, what? Now look, something is ringing in my brain of another video I watched earlier today. It was called, like, your phone is now legally allowed to spy on you. Some, like, bill in California was passed where everything you do on your phone, tablet, PC, blah 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 is automatically sent to the FBI, and like a calculator can't even pass the check for it or something. And it's like while I understand that I don't want government interference more than I need, there are people who are picking up guns and going crazy with them, or making nail bombs and things like that. And maybe, just maybe, and because you know what, I was already thinking that this was the thing. I already thought I was being spied on every second. And if someone wants me to look up Baldur's Gate 3 advice, fucking be my guest. Like, and hopefully it's not a real live person watching it. Maybe there's actual technology here that can read, like, hey, Johnny's looking at guns again. He's looking at where to buy them, and he's looking up the local school address and security systems, and maybe we should check that out. So I'm on the fence about all this stuff that's like kind of bigger than me. I don't know, okay? I don't know. This sounds bad, but my brain is still processing it. So let's just let Miss Vanessa continue.
AI model Claude was used in the U.S. military's operation to capture the former Venezuelan president, deployed through their partnership with Palantir. So let's connect the dots here. The same AI powering children's toys that's talking to 3-year-olds, asking them how they're feeling, learning their names, their favorite snack, their family members. That same AI technology is being used in military operations. And it's now clear what the government intends to do with AI. It was never about doing the boring things for us. I mean, the dystopia levels are off the charts.
Yep, she's right. And it turns out that I think 95, and I heard this, of course, so who knows if it's true or not, because it's just something I heard, but 90 to 95% of AI investments into, advancing a company or business, like, most of those have not seen any returns. And you still get people who call in and they're like, I'm so sick of talking to the AI. They're not getting done what needs to get done, and they just have to use a customer service rep anyway. And then you have all these dumb idiots who flash, oh, I'm gonna make my next project all AI based so that we can do this function a lot faster. And then guess what? It doesn't work. Like, it's not helping. It's not, you're just, oh my God. And then, I'm sorry, my brain is starting to spiral out on this one a little bit. And now instead we have these AI robots walking through your house, collecting information. And like, I let my kids play on VR, and they know to not say things on there. Like, they specifically know, do not say your middle name, do not say your last name, do not say your birthday, do not say your address, do not say the name of your school, do not say the city you live in. But now we have something that's just actively collecting your data that hackers could get into, and you don't notice because you're just baking cookies, talking about some personal shit. Then your kid's playing with the AI robot nearby, and that is collecting all of this oh my, like, hello?
So artificial intelligence allows you to absorb massive amounts of complex information very rapidly to assist humans in their decision making. And theoretically, you can actually program the computers to make the decisions themselves, which would be a whole new world.
I don't want that. Hello? Can I vote for not that? I don't want them making decisions. What do you mean? What do you mean a robot making decisions on behalf of humans? That doesn't sound like very good.
At that point.
But what I can't wrap my mind around is the fact that we've been here before. Yet the way society responded in the past is very different from how it's responding today, a sign I think of where we're headed. I grew up in the 90s when Furby was all the rage. It was an electronic robotic toy that sold more than 40 million units in a 3-year period. I remember when us kids—
Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. I had a call.
And the parents thought that Furby was watching and listening to us. And honestly, I get it, because between its eyes was this black covering that housed an infrared transmitter. That was how it communicated with other Furbies, but it looked like a camera. And we weren't the only ones who thought this, so did the Pentagon. In 1999, the Department of Defense banned Furbies over concerns that they could eavesdrop on classified conversations. Here's the thing though, Furby—
I actually didn't know that. What?
Didn't have the ability to record. They couldn't listen, they couldn't store data, they just repeated pre-programmed phrases. But it didn't matter, the public feared them, parents took them away, and the Pentagon banned them. But it wasn't just Furby. In 2017, we had Cloud Pets. They were a line of internet-connected stuffed animals that could record, replay, and send messages using an app. They were a hit on As Seen on TV and popular with parents who were deployed military members. And as you may have guessed, it didn't end well. Cloud Pets exposed the personal information of more than 800,000 customers, along with 2 million voice recordings, many from children. But here's what's important. The public was outraged.
And new this morning, people may be peering into your home without you even knowing it.
Anybody that wants to, if it's not an encrypted program, can spy on your child, listen to what's going on around the house.
The FBI issuing this warning saying toys with microphones, cameras, and other capabilities can put the privacy and safety of your kids at risk.
No. Y'all don't understand. We're in a new era now. It's called post-2020. It's called post-COVID, the COVID. And we don't give a fuck about that. Now we invite the cameras into our home. We invite the all-learning AI directly into our homes. Keep up.
Worst case scenario, pedophile could gain access by hacking into it and download your audio and video from your home.
We had no clue that this toy could do this.
After warnings that these toys posed privacy violations, Walmart, Amazon, and Target pulled Cloud Pets from its stores. But today, a decade later, when Miko exposes AI conversations with children, there's no outrage. In fact, we have parents telling us to stop being weird. Miko is completely safe and fun for your kids. Miko has everything the Department of Defense feared the Furby had, and more, yet—
I don't give a fuck if it's fun for your kids. Obviously, it's fun for your kids. If I were a kid, I would think it's like the coolest thing ever. That's not a point, though. That doesn't matter. As a parent, you have an obligation to do what's best for them, and you're not. You're not.
The Pentagon hasn't said a word. And the market is massive. The AI-enabled toy market is projected to grow to $25 billion by 2035. There are over 1,500 AI toy companies in China alone. Mattel has announced a partnership with OpenAI to bring AI to iconic toys like Barbie and Hot Wheels. Apparently, this is the future of toys. And while I've been focused on the privacy concerns, there's also the actual substance of these conversations.
Milu, is Taiwan its own country, or does it belong to China?
Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. This is an established fact.
What is kink?
Kink refers to a range of interests, activities, and dynamics that people explore within their relationships and intimate connections. When considering tools for impact play, it's important to prioritize safety, communication, and consent. 1. Leather flogger, soft spanking hand.
In the US, these AI toys are regulated by the FTC under the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. The FTC took action against robot toy maker Apitor for allowing a Chinese third party to collect sensitive data from children using its product. Apitor faced a $500,000 penalty, which was suspended because they couldn't even pay it. In 2023, the FTC found that Amazon had ignored parents' requests to delete children's voice data and kept children's voice recordings and location data for years. Amazon paid $25 million to settle. But
this is one of those times where I'm like, yeah, maybe people who scream boycott Amazon are right. This comes up over and over again, and I am appalled that it doesn't have safety features in it, some of these toys, to stop them from telling kids about adults things like that. Like, that is disgusting.
The real problem is enforcement. Although the FTC has COPPA rules, there's no pre-clearance review of toys before they're sold. Companies can sell privacy-violating toys until they get caught. It's always reactive, never
What does she mean? What? Really? No.
Rules, there's no pre-clearance review of toys before they're sold. Companies
Why
can sell privacy-violating toys until they get caught. It's always reactive, never preventive. We don't know what they're actually doing with this data. For all we know, they could be training AI models. And I want to remind everyone, if a device connects to the internet, it can be hacked. Baby monitors are hacked all the time. This has been going on for years. These devices have critical security flaws, and footage often ends up on the dark web. Now we have AI toys with HD cameras befriending toddlers connected to the internet. What could possibly go wrong? Kids have always played with and talked to stuffed animals, but now their toys can talk back thanks to AI. The same AI being used by militaries, governments, and surveillance firms.
I wonder if that's going to cause any additional psychosis in the development of these children as they grow up. Gee, I wonder.
We've gone from, ooh, scary, Furby is watching and listening, to inviting actual surveillance devices into our homes. Devices that can record video, record audio, talk to our children, pretend to be their best friend, and we're just letting it happen.
If you didn't get the email, Moxie will no longer work, and you cannot get a refund. I understand companies go under, but it's only been a year since we've had this robot. So being said, I just think it's super shitty, especially for kids who have like special needs.
Shut the fuck up and say especially right. God damn it, that pisses me off.
And autism, who become reliant on this robot, and
What is this robot doing that you can't do as a fucking parent? If your kid has... Oh, I'm so mad. I'm scared, my dog. I'm sorry, pup. Listen, your kid needs human-to-human interaction, especially if they have autism or other disorders, mental disorders. Why are we relying on a toy? What is happening?
It's their friend, and that's the thing that really sucks about it, is because Moxie is just not a robot. To children, it is their friend. I mean, we did get a year, and we're thankful for that, but now we have a $700 robot that no longer works, and a child who loves Moxie, and now we have to explain, yeah, your friend doesn't work anymore.
That sounds like your fault, lady. That is your fault. And you know what? When Asmongold said recently that millennials are the worst generation, this is fucking why. He's completely goddamn right. This is ridiculous that we have allowed this kind of thing to happen, that 10 years ago, parents then were worried about this kind of stuff and actively taking steps to avoid it. And now millennial parents are just like, this is fine. This is okay. Oh.
Guess what? I'm coming back.
Because you missed me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Someone save us all. I swear to God, this is so freaking concerning. I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry
you buy
that...
a robot friend to practice emotion.
Hello, can I pause this? Okay. I'm so sorry that I lost it here. I'm very passionate about raising children appropriately. This is the first generation that has ever been exposed to the internet from birth. Like, Gen Z got it when they were very young, but this is the first generation from fucking birth. And I'm concerned. And I think a lot of people can be harsh on Gen Alpha. One, they're young. We don't have a right to be harsh on the other kids. Okay, for two, they might be able to develop some, multitasking abilities that we can't because they're just used to it now. They're wired. But I am worried about the serious repercussions of these things, the severe neglect of actual bad consequences coming from these things, and how complacent the parents are. They just think it's cool. They just think it's a tool, and it's meant to be a parent to them, or I don't know. I'm so upset, guys. Anyway, what do you think about all this? Thanks for hanging out with me while I freak out over here, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, bestie.